Okay, I'm presuming the camera cannot read, so we're going to move to
Okay.
this camera.
Does that
Okay,
work?
this camera, can it read?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah. Now the camera can read.
Yeah, that's
So I'm presuming everybody reading this is reading M. Okay, sorry.
the
The other
other
way.
side. The other side.
Sorry. M
They know how to
O
read.
J stands for Manoj Super XL Gola. Shout out to him because he's an excellent Clash Royale and Dota 2 player. So he's like kind of like a resident analyst also, but doesn't come on screen and stuff.
Yeah.
But everybody, welcome once again to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons Masters League. Brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and presented to you by Norvin Gaming and ESL. I am Vagish Gotslebhan for the benefit of the people who have just joined us. And joining me is our esteemed analyst, Zara Angela Gonzalez.
How are you guys doing today? I hope
Yep.
you're doing well because today I'm super excited for
I'm
once.
really very excited to see such amazing beautiful creatures, these
Yes.
amazing beautiful tigers and lions in their own essence, Signify coming up. You don't expect anything wrong from Signify, they forget the fact that they have such a beautiful boot camp, forget the fact that they have the facilities. This team is meant for big things.
Yes,
And
definitely.
you know what? A lot of people say maybe a lot of indoor teams don't win abroad. Sure and no. Sure I know. I'm not immune to information. But again, like if I am not making a mistake, then definitely somewhere I'm going wrong. That's an old adage. And also if I'm not making a mistake, then definitely I'm not trying anything new.
No, and I think the whole thing about it being that Indians don't really make it to leaderboards or Indians are not having a global standard, I think that is completely changing now. Because Signify as a team, of course, they are brilliant, but as their players also, they all stand a very reputed and very interesting, respectful slots when it
Yes.
comes to the SEA leaderboard. And I think that is fantastic. And they all have this drive in them saying that it's not about India. I mean, okay, fine, India's great. Let's win domestically, but let's see how well we can do internationally. And whether we take
Definitely.
Signify,
Indeed.
whether we take ROG Titans, whether we take Reckoning Esports, also now these three teams are going to be playing internationally for us. They all have this one goal in mind that we're going to make our country proud, and that is very important to see that. Okay, in domestic we will keep like going on and on
And
with various
and
games, but internationally that's where we got to build our mark.
And also, Angie, I personally believe, I personally believe there's so much room to innovate in a
Yeah,
game like Dota. It's like I keep saying, it's like chess.
yeah,
You have to deliberate. You have to think about so many things. Sure, there is a current meta here. Sure, there are certain positions there which are running in order. But then again, like I kept saying, you never know when you might have come upon an absolute killer combo which is
true,
not the current meta.
true.
Like it's all about going out of your comfort zone,
Yeah, out of
going
the
out
box.
of what you're seeing and what is being fed to you on social media. Or sure, Vitis Pro, sure, Liquid. So many big teams they follow big metas because
Yeah,
you have to think about it. How do metas happen?
they are
let's
created
let's
by the
under
pros.
like
Yeah,
somebody's thought about doing this कि अच्छा मैं ऐसा ही करता हूँ तो तभी होगा, right?
yeah,
Somebody thought about doing it and they did it, and that's how a particular meta and and a team pick got
yeah,
it happened. So
yeah.
I think teams need to come out of their comfort zones. They need to see bigger, better combos,
Yes.
see how they can permutate and combinate with their teammates. In fact, let's take this opportunity to call upon the first team of today's game, Team Akatsuki. Team Akatsuki, Madara, and gang have seen them previous year.
Yes.
Okay, fine. The production says that a proper noun like Madara cannot be said as Madara, so yeah, sure. Like,
So, talking about Akatsuki, as of now, they have played two games allowed in the ESL India
yeah,
Premiership summer season. They took a loss to Reckoning Infinity, but they took a win to Alpha Esports.
yeah, and I'm pretty, so I'm like in a very mixed feeling kind of situation with Team Akatsuki. Like, they're good. Like, you see phases, they're good in phases. The problem is they're not good in, like, Sure, they're good. They're good team. That's why they're
Yeah.
in the Masters League. But don't get me wrong, when I say they're not good in essence, I mean to say they're good in phases. It's like with some teams their internal synergy works so beautifully. You see good heroes coming out. You see excellent calls getting
Yeah.
made. Beautiful gags coming out of the blue. And then in front of some teams, it's like, okay,
No, I think the problem that Akatsuki normally faces is that Akatsuki has always been known to play as a five-man team, and they always have this thing where they always go as five. But in the recent change against Alpha Esports, while I watched them play this draft, they had a complete different lineup. They went with the Phoenix, which they have never really picked before this. They try to get more versatile, and taking a risk is very hard for a team when they're not sure how it will pan out for them. But Akatsuki finally, after 2017, 2018 phase that I watched them, they've got out their nutshell. They're like, okay, you know what, this is not working out. The teams have seen us play this, they know how to counter this. We're not going to really go ahead and keep doing the same strategy. So I think this, with the growth that they have come in with, I believe that because against Alpha, they went with a completely different lineup. They were much more aggressive, much more. I mean, Itachi was all over the map. We saw Axel in the off lane, like going all around the mid lane, taking those fights, making his presence felt even more. And it's not like they haven't done it before, they just did it really good. In the sense, like, I would also say they've been practicing much harder coming into the 2018 Masters League, because if you take 2017, they were coming in from the Challenger League.
yeah.
So
So
it's very
it's a great
different for them.
transition,
It's
you
a
know.
great
It's
transition for
it's a
them.
good
Yes,
growth. Exactly
definitely.
what we were talking about during the Clash Royale scene also. It's like incubation. The teams also study the other teams. And in comparison to the gamut of players we have in the ESL India Premiership, it's nice to see growth happening. It's
Yes.
nice to see team spirit building up. It's nice to see good plays coming off teams you don't expect. Usually you never expected at a point of time back in
Yeah.
history to like make really interesting plays. Look at them now. They're like it's like I see my cousin brother after like 10 long years of like hiatus. I'm like, अरे तुम तो इतने बड़े हो गए पता ही नहीं चला.
But
So it's
yeah.
like that. So let's quickly head off to
Yeah.
Team Signify, and let's put names to these. Let's put faces to these names. Oh, you beauties, you Black Panthers of Indian Doto, you tigers. I absolutely love you. Simply because I have. So, Ronak, Blizzard, Swifty, Negi, No Chance. In fact, not just these five. A lot of Dota, like when A5 was there, Pasol.
Yeah.
I've had the honor. I would not say the opportunity. I will refuse to use the word opportunity. I've had the honor of hanging out with these people. What a fun-filled, lively batch.
Yeah.
And you know, when you speak to Team Signify on like an interpersonal level, you realize that more than a team, like somewhere deep down inside, they like the brutality of Indian Dota right now. Sure,
Yeah.
the lineup might change. Sure, I'm not denying that, but it's like that
They've been through a
familial
lot. I
feeling.
mean, each
Yeah.
of them individually as players have been through so much. When we talk about No Chance in general, he was a player from Kolkata.
Yes.
And I remember there was a time when we used to play Dota 1, and No Chance used to be that very silent player who would just come and do his thing and go away. To see him grow from there to now.
Yeah.
We talk about Ronak, he started his career when he was 13 or 12, and to see him
He was
grow
a
from there to
baby.
now. We talk about Swifty. Now Swifty in general, he's played Dota for what, 3.5, 4 years. He was in two teams before this. I think they were called Blades of Chaos or something like that. I'm not sure. And then from there, he's just been climbing from 5,000. I remember he calibrated at 5,000, and today he's one of the top ranking players in the SEA board.
The
So
SEA board.
each
Yeah.
of them have had their struggles and have grown.
You know, I have something very, very, very nostalgic to share with you. It concerns Crowley. So back when I was doing my advertising stint in Bombay, so Crowley has an elder brother who was colleagues with me,
Yeah.
and huge props to him,
Yeah.
Rishi. So back then I used to play casually Dota, and I played with Crowley. And his brother also used to play Dota along with
Yeah.
my colleague, and I never knew that he is Ronak Sane. He is the Crowley. If I
Yeah.
knew that, I would have like, okay, what do I do? And he was still a kid, but then it
Yeah,
feels proud to have like such amazing kids.
that's true.
And also it has been brought to my notice that the draft is live between
Yeah.
Akatsuki and Signify. I see a Bane, Monkey King, and a Mirana getting banned from Akatsuki's end, whereas a Tiny and a Nyx getting banned from Signify. We're waiting for the third ban from Signify. Who do you think is going to be banned?
When we talking about, I think the Razor could get a big ban here.
Hmm.
Even the Pang could get
Well
a
said.
bang. Lots of good picks coming in from the Dark Willow hasn't been banned yet, and Signify would opt to go for the Omni Knight. Picked up a little bit by Akatsuki in their drafts. The Bane getting banned, especially because Bane is just scary when it's on Signify's
Yeah.
side. Monkey King also played brilliantly well by Blizzard. We've seen that if you just give him the Monkey King, you're going to lose the game because he comes in with a 15-minute Battle Fury and he doesn't continue farming in the lane. He just goes and kills everybody on the map.
Yeah.
So I don't think Akatsuki want to take that risk for now. Akatsuki are going to opt and go up with their Night Stalker. They picked him up in their last game also against Alpha Esports, and I think it was played by Itachi if I'm not wrong. And he was roaming around the whole map and making sure that Akatsuki got the space they needed to kind of get their carry farmed, and that's what really helped them
So
win the
what do you
game.
think can make a good Balanar combo in any team?
I think the disruptor. I think
Balanar and
disruptor because
Disruptor.
you either run
I'm
away. You
thinking
can't run away. You can't really stay
I'm
too.
thinking Io and Night Stalker.
Ayu could fare well,
You
but
have the synergy. What's the name of the move? I forget the name. Where the attack speed also increases and overcharge. Yes, Io latches on
yeah.
to one of the heroes, so that would work very well with
Normally,
Balanar.
Iobud is played with a carry, but yeah, talking that they haven't banned out the Dark Willow, Signify gonna
Will get
take this
picked up. Will get
opportunity
picked up along
and
with the
pick up that
Tusk.
Dark Willow with the Tusk. Very deadly combo coming in there. They gotta be very careful about this one. Now that the Dark Willow and Tusker have been picked up, Akatsuki will have to make sure not to get any more squishy units on their side. They could opt to go for the Sand King, but the Witch Doctor is still open in the pool if they opt to go for that. I don't think that they're going to pick up their mid or their carry so early on in the draft because that will just make Signify get really confident on what else they want to take in their lineup.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. I'm very interested to see what other bans will come up because that is going to set in motion
Yeah.
how the game is going to look. So, who do you think is going to get picked up by Akatsuki?
I think if they want to play this a little, but they're not playing it safer. They are going to go with the Sladar,
They're
and
going all
that's
out here.
they're going
They
all
got a
out here. They're
Slardar
like, go
here.
big, go home.
I like
uh,
Slarda. I like his ultimate.
yeah.
The armor reduction, and it feels weird that a lot of people still end up taking a bounty hunter when there's a Slardar in the opposition, knowing the fact that the bounty hunters always
Yeah.
any game you take where I don't know why first of all you pick BH. Knowing the fact there's a Slardar there, and then on top of that, you have the gall to like, acha, run around with the ulti. Oh, listen, I'm here, I'm
Yeah.
bounty hunter, and I'm invisible, and I'm up for grabs.
Well, Bounty Hunter is basically picked up in games just for the extra gold. And
Yes.
now that I'm looking at Akatsuki pick the Night Stalk and Slardar, I'm hoping to see whether they go for the Dazzle. Because if they're going for the complete armor penetration, the Dazzle or the Vengeful would fit perfectly in the draft. That could also aim that they want to take an early Roshan fight.
Definitely.
But as of now, they're going to decide and ban out the Puck. I don't think Signify would have opted to
They
go for the
Signify
Puck.
has banned out Lifestealer.
And the Life Stealer, yeah, it could have been one of the choices coming in from Akatsuki, but
But they've Signify has also gone ahead and banned the Void now.
the Void. So they are worried about Madhura's pick because
Yes.
Madhura has always been the person to carry his team and give out the major calls. But that
Yes,
also
indeed.
shows me that the Razor is still open in the pool. The Luna is still available. And if Akatsuki is looking to finish, not even finish, I will not even say finish, hold this game for more than 25 minutes. Because I've always said this very clearly. And Signify never lets a game cross more than 15 minutes.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
first, your objective in the game as Akatsuki would be, let's take this game first to 30 minutes. Then we'll think about the next
Yeah.
problem.
So I think the objective, according to me, do correct me, Angie. I'm open to your interpretations of this. I believe what Akatsuki needs right now is to develop a synergy where the game gets pushed late game. So
Yeah.
I believe a late game lineup can definitely help a team like Akatsuki because again, like for example, I mean a hero like Spectre for the point of matter.
Yeah.
The longer you stay
But it's
in a
too
game with
risky.
Spectre, the
Yeah.
dangerous it becomes
I would
because
say why take it to 30 minutes? Not because of what Signify would do at 30 minutes, because they would just keep growing stronger, but because at 30 minutes you're not going to have a lot of two-man gangs happening on the map. So
True.
you're fighting as five, and that's where Akatsuki gets really strong. Because if you have lost everything and you still have your tier three standing, you can still try and do more behind those tier
True.
threes than you
True.
can do in front and just get totally vanquished
I'm
when
totally
it comes
agreeing
to
with you.
stepping out. But Signify picking up a carry
PL,
that I
they've
really
got a.
like, Phantom Lancer.
In fact, did I mention this day
Yeah.
before yesterday that I haven't seen a PL
Yeah.
in this season, and Akatsuki has also managed to go ahead and ban an OD,
Very
so they
risky.
know the present danger which is going to be
Yeah.
faced by them, because now they've gone ahead and picked up the combo you're telling me about,
Yeah.
Balanar and Disruptor.
So
I don't know
they
why I
are.
keep
I
calling
think they're
nice
going
talk
to
about
go
Balanar.
blue this game. I love the way the picks are all
It's like
blue.
Team Blue and Team Red.
But
Wow.
Signify picking up the Phantom Lancer in the recent update, he literally has a cooldown of 3 seconds on his skills, which means he's just going to be all over the map. You're not going to be able to really find Blizzard to kill him. So I think Akatsuki need to pick up something that could really destroy Phantom Lancer's illusions. The options they have right now could be the gyrocopter, because he could just use his flake cannon and try to get rid of that. But
True.
Signify replying to that with a very, very strong pit lord. There's going to be an offlane pit lord coming in with the Dark Willow and Tusker as their supports. The Phantom Lancers carry, leaving Swifties mid pick for the last. They want to make sure that they see what Akatsuki is going to play mid before they pairs. Akatsuki still got to pick up their mid and their safe lane carry. Now, knowing Akatsuki, they could opt to go for the Death Prophet, but they're opting to go for the Troll. I like this pickup because Troll fares exceedingly well against the Phantom Lancer, and I think this would be their only choice. I think that's why when the Sladar is picked up, they can take down Roshan really quickly, maybe take high ground a little earlier, take down 1-2 towers, and then maybe take the fight to Signify rather than waiting for them to receive it. Looking at this Phantom Lancer Troll, I would still support the Phantom Lancer because he's just been buffed a lot in this
Yeah.
meta. But for now, we're going to
We
wait
have a
and see.
Banshee ban coming in from
So that
Signify.
Prophet's going to be knocked out over there by Signify. Akatsuki got to take their time with their last pick. They could opt to go for more damage output, which could be the Queen of Pain, which also helps them find the Phantom Lancer because of her Scream of Pain. But if they opt to go, sorry, the Sonic Wave, not Scream of Pain. The Sonic Wave gets used there and they could get rid of that. But if we are looking to see what else they could use, I don't think the Viper would fit in much. They could
Yeah.
opt to go again for a mid lane gyro, but then they would get too farm intensive and they cannot really do that. So I'm looking to see how Akatsuki replies to this because the DP would have fared really well for them, but for now they need to ban out their last ban. And I'm thinking they're going to ban out either the Templar Assassin or they're going to ban out the Storm Spirit, or they're just going to. It's a mid. I mean, you can send anything mid that could cause havoc. So, a little thought process coming in here. I think they could even ban out the Razor, though it won't be a Razor sound. Razor just gonna destroy mid too, but
They're
they're
taking
gonna
their
go
own sweet
Storm.
time. They've gone for a Storm
Alright, so
Spirit
the
ban.
Storm Spirit, a Tinker coming in there from Akatsuki fares well against the Phantom Lancer. I don't know how I didn't think about that pick. Also, the
Now, if
Tinker
I would have
could
said
help
Storm Spirit right
defense
about
strong.
now, I would have been abused. So I refrained from saying, like, okay, before anybody else takes offense on something as petty as this, so definitely.
So the Tinker, good pickup coming in there from Akatsuki. I mean, if this was just Akatsuki versus some other team, I wouldn't
QOP.
really... QOP. Okay, so I would just say Signify is playing all their
A
favorite heroes.
standard lineup.
No,
Signify standard.
more than that, I mean, they are just playing all their favorite heroes. Dark
Yeah, yeah.
Willow is one of their favorite heroes.
Yeah, yeah,
They've
yeah.
got that. They've got the Tusker, so they're going to be rolling all around the map.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pit Lord to just take them around the map and
Like
chill.
free travel,
Yeah.
free taxi.
They
Pitlord is
all
like the
have-
Uber of their game. Like,
Yeah.
wherever you want to go, please. Come, please.
And Jeet's top three heroes, Queen of Pain is one of them. So
Yes,
I'm
I
going to
know,
see
I know.
him going very aggressive in this game with that Queen of Pain. But
I
seeing
believe
the Tinker,
I firmly believe in the fact that Akatsuki needs to put up a valiant fight,
yeah.
and they need to take this game like longer for them to
Yeah.
also like spread out and like
I love
develop
their
their
draft though.
heroes.
I love how Akatsuki is coming with a very
True.
confident draft. If
Very,
they
very,
can pull
very
it out,
indeed.
we
Very
can see
confident indeed.
a really interesting game to watch.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. So I've been informed that today we won't have Floki casting. We have our main man from DOTA, Vivek Venkatramana, one of my friends and also an excellent caster in the Indian Dota 2 circuit. Excellent DOP. Over to you, man.
folks, and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. We're at day 11 of the summer season phase 1, and we got Signify facing off versus Akatsuki. My name is Vivek, and I'll be taking you through this game all by my lonesome. But it should be a fun ride. The last big thinker coming up from Akatsuki, I saw them do this a lot in last year's edition of the ESL India Premiership. They're going to do it this time around. They did ban out the Storm, but there are multiple counters to the Tinker. Signify could have picked up the Zeus. Swifty could have played that mid Zeus versus the Tinker. Gotten their Nimbus up and going, but they're going to go with the Queen of Pain. I mean, there are two ways of approaching this, right? You kind of shut him down in the laning phase, or you have something to catch him out in the mid game. And they opted to try and catch him time and time again in the mid game. Another interesting change in Signify's roster is that Crowley is playing the 4 position Dusk, and he's going to find first blood straight off the bat. Madara in no man's land, going to contest the enemy bounty rune, not finding much success. Axel seems like he's taking the playbook out of seems like he's taking a play out of Signify's book. He's trying to get the creep wave to push into his off laner, and it is him actually who's running the off lane Slaughter. What am I saying? They're just trying to get a double wave going, and hopefully wants to find a little bit of CS and EXP under the tower. We are seeing an off lane Slaughter, not something you see too often. Let's see if Axel gets that blink dagger. Couple of interesting changes to Slaughter, in case you didn't know already, is that you are no longer taking increased damage under the Guardian Sprint. You won't be punished for using the sprint to go in or get out of battle. And Negi's going to be running that off-lane Underlord all by himself. Crowley just chilling it mid. And no chance on what I presume is a 5-position Dark Willow. Axel did manage to leech some EXP from the side shop. Gonna have the wave push him, but look at this, no chance. He got the hard camp pull going, and he's also trying to soak up some damage on the creeps just to reset the wave for Blizzard. Axel will probably try and contest this as hard as he can. He's gonna find some EXP, and the Bramble Mace is there, no chance, as the Shadow Realm as well. So Axel's got to be careful. Copying a fair amount of damage, walking into every instance possible of that Bramble Maze, and with the Lance from Blizzard, he's gonna end up falling. Signify, they're just getting started. Mid lane, Crowley does have the snowball, will cancel the TP. Dreamy, blocked by the shards, can't go up in his or high ground, drops the march, pops one, but it's gonna end up falling either way, and Swifty gets some alone time in the mid lane. Signify finding a kill across all 3 lanes early on. Bring down each core on the side of Akatsuki at least once. And yeah, Swifty is already stomping all over the Tinker. 7 last hits. I mean 8 denies, 9 last hits. Tinker's not having a fun time. He's got to look at going back into his jungle and finding EXP there. This time around, though, Signify, they have sacked Negi a bit. Usually you do see Signify trying to help out Negi in the off lane as much as possible. Crowley, I think he was trying to get the hard camp stack, but didn't quite succeed, and at least prevents the Disruptor from getting any sort of a stack or pull going. Down bottom, Axel got in the Bramble Maze once more, no chance. Has that Shadow Realm, so he's got that extra burst of damage that he needed. You gotta wait for it to take. Yeah, he's got that burst of damage, but doesn't have vision. Dreamy did put that point into March, so he's going to probably try and spam March and push the lane as much as possible. Negi being dove upon up top will manage to get the Sal. The glimpse is there. Crowley himself looking for a kill up there. The melee whirling axis, ensuring that he's going to miss some of his attacks, but see yourself lingered a bit too long, and with the Firestorm they're going to find the Disruptor. Signify already finding themselves a 1000 net worth advantage, and Axel, well, he's getting EXP at the very least. Maybe he maxes out Guardian Sprint, moves quickly through the river at level 4 Guardian Sprint, and finds bounty runes. Up top, Crowley finds a kill, won't get punished. See yourself not having the glimpse to punish the Tusk.
Got it. soldier's fortune.
No chance. He find a kill all by himself here. Axel hunkered out for the bounty room, but he's got the sprint once more, and all he's got to do is stay in the trees, and no chance might be denied this kill. Axel does have a tango. No chance. Doesn't know the concept of what's a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower, and he's going to be punished for that one. No chance, just getting a little ahead of himself over there. Madara, I mean, all said and done, he's finding CS on this troll. Troll and Tinker, not the most common core pairing that one comes across, but they've gone for it. I'm not really sure why the troll. Either way, no chance being chased. Itachi Uchiha, it is the first night time, and the Bramble Maze will stop the Night Stalker for now. Ali is lurking further to the north. Does have this observer ward providing a vision of both Axel and Itachi Uchiha. Dire scan. I mean, that's a weird scan coming up from Dreamy. He was trying to find if members of Signify were rotating mid, and indeed they are. Crowley comes in from the east, has the shots, gets the kill. The illusion tanking up the tower aggro. And Dreamy ends up falling once more. He's got as much CS as Negi does on the Underlord, and that is not a good sign if you're a mid laner. No chance. Might end up falling. Doesn't have the Shadow Realm. Has the Curse Cloud. They're both sticking close to each other, but they do split apart. So Axel, the only one affected by that Cursed Round. And Akatsuki, they're struggling to find that Dark Willow kill. Crowley comes in. He's got the Snowball. Itachi Uchiha cops a fair amount of damage from the Shadow Realm, but the crush is there. Will hold them back. Itachi Uchiha moves into the trees and will successfully TP away.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Up top, Negi. He's bought up. He's bet his unreliable goal. He dropped a Firestorm as well. Wanted to do a little bit of damage to the Dark Creep wave. Not really sure why though. They actually want the creeps to push in, but okay. Akatsuki, they got a fair amount of vision. They're looking at top. They're looking at the top rune as well. And Signify, I think they've replenished their mid ward. 1,000 net worth in I mean that's all that Signify are leading by. But the problem is Dreamy isn't finding his farm. And he hasn't got too many stacks to find a recovery. He's got points in March. I mean, the only thing he's finding in this mid lane is EXP, and maybe with the Soul Ring, a pointed rearm, he might find some recovery in the jungle. Signify for now, they're smoked up, they're moving up top. Negi drops the Firestorm, he's got to be careful. Itachi Uchiha creeps and comes back. Negi dropping low, but there swiftly the Sonic Wave clips on the 3. They bought down the Troll. Troll down for the count, but see yourself and Itachi Uchiha will manage to retreat courtesy that kinetic field.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Pauli wants to chase, but at mid, Dreamy, controlled by the Curse Cloud. Swifty, at all parts of the map, exactly where you need him to be. Finds the kill on the Dreamy, no chance. Going with danger here. Up top, Crowley might be punished though. They do manage to glimpse him. He's snowballing onto the medium camp. He's going to try and stay alive. Looks to push himself up with the shards, but doesn't do so. Swifty finds the Invis rune, and he's got mana. He's getting mana with the portal. Crowley even buying back. Buybacks are, I mean, they aren't punished as much as they used to be. Crowley goes forward with the snowball, but Axel with the Guardian Sprint keeps the distance. Signify keeping the heat up, but they aren't really being rewarded all that much. They found key kills every now and then. They're gonna pop another smoke. The shots blocking up Dreamy. Crowley perfect with those shots, and Dreamy is gonna end up falling. This is just painful to watch. I mean, if you're Akatsuki, you want to be finding somewhere. You want to be finding some sort of a trade somewhere else across the map, and they're not. They're not applying pressure elsewhere. They don't see Negi. Negi's retreated into a jungle, and they might lose Axel as well. Not a single TP for the Slaughter. No one even trying to help him out as Axel ends up falling. Signify will start looking for the tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Blizzard looking rather good on that PL for now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
At mid, Akatsuki, they've been effective with their scans. They clipped out Crowley with that scan.
Dire's middle tower
And
is under attack.
I think Dreamy's learned his lesson. The mid lane wasn't a safe space to hang around at, and he's just going to move back into his jungle. I mean, Signify getting more space than they should be given in this one. Blizzard is pushing a tier 2. Swifty, I mean, it's not even Swifty, it's Crowley. He's pushing a tier 1 tower. And Akatsuki, they've gone into damage control already. 10 minutes in. They're trying to cut their
Radiant's
losses.
top tower is under attack.
I don't know what the plan is. I mean, Dreamy has to get BOTs and a Blink Dagger if he wants to contribute in these team fights. That's what he's gonna need. And the thing is, I see him getting those BOTs. So let's take a look over at Dreamy. So he's got the Soul Ring.
Dire's middle
I
tower
presume he'll
is
get
under
those
attack.
BOTs by say the 14-15 minute mark, and Signify they're gonna aim to take down probably all outer towers by then. They're gonna come knocking on high ground with Aegis after that.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And I don't know, maybe the Tinker might be enough, but it's gonna be just BOTs and the Soul Ring.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Currently, Signify don't give a damn. Itachi Uchiha being run at here. Static Storm on the floor, but Crowley just gonna walk out of it. No chance coming in from the east. He's got the Cursed Crown. See yourself. Trying to make a run for it. And with the Cursed Crown, Swifty finds himself a double. 5,000 net worth advantage. Blizzard pushing for a tier 2 tower himself.
Dire's middle tower is under
Akatsuki have got to group up and fight as a unit or not fight at all. That's the only choice they have. They either fight as 5 or they don't. And the question is, when are they going to fight as 5? After they lose tier 2s? What's the best that they can farm by then?
Dire's
That can
bottom
really
tower
give
has
them a
fallen.
fighting chance in these team fights. I don't know. Troll builds a BKB. It's not going to be enough. The Yasha definitely not going to cut. Gonna need a lot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Got it.
What's gonna be crucial is Dreamy getting his farm going. He's gonna need the bots, the Blink in the Aether Lens if Akatsuki want to somehow win these team fights. The supports meanwhile should be looking to regain control of the jungle. They gotta get some D-wards. And yeah, Akatsuki are doing just that. Up top though, Madara. Might just end up falling. Dodges the Bramble Maze, the Sonic Wave clips. See yourself TPs into it, and with the Shadow damage, she'll find the kill. Goes down upon Itachi Uchiha. They're trying to run down this Night Stalker. And 50 with the haste group will have no problem closing the gap. Unstoppable on the Queen of Pain. Swifty searches for more. See yourself. Does have the Static Storm. But yeah, he has no choice but to
Dire's top tower is under attack.
probably just accept his fate and end up dying there. Signify pushing for a tier 1 tower, and I said this 3 minutes ago. Akatsuki, they either fight as 5 or they don't fight as all.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I mean, if they're looking to defend structures, they gotta pop a smoke, de-ward the jungle, and go to defend the structure. They either do that or they find isolated pickoffs. They're doing
Dire's
neither.
top
They're
tower
instead
is
trying
under
to farm. Look at this. They're going to lose tier 2 towers in the next couple of minutes. What can you farm in 3 or 4 minutes that can have impact really? Well, Madara's queued up the Shadow Blade. I like that. It might be the item that can find him a kill. But Signify is so far ahead at this point. A 9,000 net worth advantage. Trying to bring down Crowley. The problem is, Crowley's got a tier 1 tower to back. I mean, okay. I thought people would come in to help out the Tusk, but Crowley dies. 210 gold. They got a Tusk kill. It went over to the Night Stalker. That's about it. Akatsuki are actually starting to group up with mid. This is odd. I mean, not really sure this is gonna end up working out too well for them.
Radiant's
Up top,
middle
no
tower
chance
is
pushing
under
for a tier 2
attack.
tower all by himself. And
Dire's top tower is under
Signify.
attack.
I think they're absolutely okay with this. They're applying pressure on the tier 2 and they're not even losing their tier 1 tower at mid. Axel desperately trying to farm this blink. Signify they dropped this observer ward, but it is one that can be dewarded. Usually when
Dire's
you're
middle
looking to
tower
deward
is
this
under
cliff, you
attack.
drop the sentry on the ground, and this Radiant observer ward coming up from Signify could get dewarded soon. One thing that I have noticed is that okay, so Akatsuki actually dropped the sentry on the cliff and not on the ground. Huh. Okay. And yeah, Signify get away with this observer one. One thing that I have noticed about Signify is that their vision game is not what it used to be. That's my 2 cents, but I've noticed that the vision isn't as good as it can be. They can definitely put in a little bit of effort as far as vision is concerned. Look at Akatsuki though, they're committed. They want to see everything. They've got sentries everywhere, still missing this observer ward though. And they even got a sentry here, so they should get this D-ward near their shrine. They have D-warded this cliff. Just pushing out mid with that invisible. Signify actually giving Akatsuki a bit of time to farm that blink on the Slaughter, getting close to it, a bit of time to make progress on blink for the Tinker, but up top, swiftly, just as I say that, goes in the Yule Scepter, that goes down as well. Without control, no chance looking to do work with the Bedlam, but he can't really lurk around in the march and he's going to be punished, he's going to end up falling. But here comes Blizzard, they've jumped onto Dreamy, they'll bring down the Tinker, the side storm on the floor, the Sonic hit, follow Madara, dropping low but not dropping just yet. The bit of balance controls him, and with the scream they'll get the Underlord. Itachi Uchiha looks around with the Hunter in the night, but Negi has the damage and see yourself. Just standing stationary in the trees, accepts his fate as his course fall right in front of his eyes. Signify looking for their second tier 2 tower of the game, and Negi's already taking them elsewhere across the map.
Dire's
Axel
top tower has fallen.
runs forward. Signify, they just TP back to their own shrine. And they're going to move towards Roshan. 13,000 net worth advantage. A lot of gold in Signify's pockets here. I mean, this so much of a difference this early on. It is the wage gap in the Bollywood
Radiant's
film
bottom
industry.
tower is under attack.
Someone's not making money here. Something is going horribly wrong. But Akatsuki, they're trying to claim control of the map once more. They get the D-board on the observer board. And that's gonna allow the troll to farm up his shrine. Did queue up the Shadow Blade. And now he's going back for the Sanchanyasha. What's the play for Signify? They've got Aegis on Swifty, not on the PL.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Akatsuki,
Radiant are scared.
they are meekly making their way towards this bottom tier 1.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Signify, they're being patient here. They're waiting, they aren't showing. And they almost baited out a TP by the Tinker. But the Bramble Maze a second too soon and Dreamy cancels this TP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Akatsuki
attack.
recognizing the fact that Signify are
Dire's
just a
middle
whole lot
tower is
stronger
under attack.
than dodging the fight at this time. Signify say thank you. They're just going to
Radiant's
start
bottom tower is under attack.
pushing up top.
Radiant
Blizzard
structures
will
are
get the farm
fortified.
going.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
Negi,
under
he's
attack.
got the pipe complete, so that's going to keep him healthy when the Tinker is spamming out
Radiant's
his
bottom tower
heat-seeking
has
missiles
fallen.
and whatnot. Here DOTA gonna end up falling and no chance of applying a fair amount of pressure off top. I mean, but there's the Tinker. He can keep doing this all day. 5 of the best minds in Indian Dota and one hero called the Tinker. Who's gonna win?
Regeneration. Worthy tribute.
Signify Joe is lurking on the high ground and Madara walks up. With the Sonic Wave, he's gonna end up falling. Signify will not find any more kills. No chance in the enemy base. On a warding mission. I mean, I don't even know what goes on in his mind. I think No Chance uses the ESL India Premiership to try some of his Dota Plus quests here. I have no idea what this man is doing, but here he is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
50. He's marched up. I like to see a Meteor Hammer. Just walk up, drop the Meteor Hammer, get the hell out of there. Dreamy, dropping low on mana. No chance, keeping the vision going. Bottom smoke. Down bottom though. Blizzard gets glimpsed back. Does have the mana style. He's going to dispel the Thunder Strike. The shard's not connecting. The tier 3 tower dropping low. Blizzard making space for Swan. Signify fighting without No Chance. And they might find Axel though. Axel walks in. Will not get the crush off. The earn charge upon him is dropping low, but look at this. No chance. Comes in from the back with the bedlam. Teams up with 50. Brings down the Tinker. They did end up losing the dust, but they're getting a lane of barracks. The glyph coming up from Akatsuki. And a bunch of buybacks as well. The Dark Tip cancel. Axel goes in, gets the crush. They've taken away the Aegis from 50. Negi dropping low. Madara doing work with a bit of malice. Signify looked it out. Madara with the solar crest upon him. 50 doing work with the dagger. Should find the kill on the troll. Madara dies. 45 seconds without the troll. The barracks not available for Signify to take. Only a range barracks to probably take down. But they'll move on to heroes. They found Axel and No Chance with the bedlam. Will find the kill, but will pay with his own life. I think Signify are going to be quite pleased with that one. They forced the buyback on the Tinker. They bought down the troll. They call a lane of melee barracks.
Mere coin.
And they're going to start pushing up top once more. Look at these wards coming up from No Chance. Setting up for the push it up. Thinking one step ahead.
Smart money.
Blizzard having that Valkyrie just in case he needs to scale. Any hero that can quickly
Dire's
move
top
between
tower
camps
is under attack.
and wants to scale should possibly consider Valkyrie. And any core that's meant to scale. I mean, you can build it, you can build on the slug, right? He can move between camps quickly. He can farm, but the slug is meant to fight early in the mid game. The PL, the AM, no. I mean, you want them to farm, you want them to scale. If Blizzard felt the need to just keep fighting, he wouldn't have probably gone for the Valkyrie. They burst down CSL, the Static Storm on the ground, not doing too much. Swifty looking to chase down Madara. Axel is there with a crush. Negi walks in with the pipe. Scott, Itachi Uchiha, the Bramble Maze thrown in as well. Itachi Uchiha will end up falling. They've both got buyback. The Disruptor buys back, but he hasn't got the Static Storm. Signify. Good look to go back in. Swifty with the bail and the Shivas. Axel dropping low. They got the pendulum. They'll bring down the Slaughter. 45 seconds without Slaughter. No buyback as well. Close crown under Madara controlling him up. The march. Barely tickling Signify. Barely reaching Signify even. As Signify move on to claim a lane of melee barracks in mid. They pop a smoke in the enemy base and immediately dispel it. Akatsuki want to go back in. This is when you want to probably look to glimpse people back, and it is Negi who gets glimpsed. Negi turns around with a bit of malice. Madara focusing him to terrorize a bit too late. Negi will end up falling. The shot blocks Madara. There's no chance with the medley. 50 securing the kill. They move on to the Night Stalker, and Itachi Uchiha will end up falling. So will the range barracks Signify. Move for the last remaining tier 3 dark. Akatsuki trying to find a way to defend the structures here. Dreamy. He's doing his best. He's keeping the spam going. And Axel goes in with the crush, but where's the follow-up? No chance, drops the Bramble Mace, he is self-control. First round on Axel, snowball as well. The stacks come on the ground, but it's not going to do too much. The Bedlam doing work as 50, blinks forward, drops really low, has the Yule Scepter, gets himself the kill on Axel, and blinks out. The heat-seeking missiles giving chase with the laser. Dreamy finally finds 50, but 50 can buy back if need be. Not going to do, as Negi TP's in with the Dark Rift. Blizzard just pushing back Akatsuki into their own fountain. Patrol and the Night Stalker. How can Akatsuki defend this? And they recognize that they can't. The GG well play coming out. Signify giving us a masterclass on how to deal with the Ning guy. I think a lot of it came from 50 and his strong laning phase. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as the Dota 2 part of today's broadcast is concerned. My name is Vivek. You can show me some love or give me some feedback at facebook.com/VWEWAKE casting. You're watching the ESL India Premiership. It runs through the month, so do hit the subscribe button so that you get a notification every time we go live. I'm going to hand it over to Angela and Wagish to take you through the rest of the day.
Alright then everybody, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons Masters League. And what we witnessed, sorry for the cable, and so what we witnessed was an absolutely beautiful synergy-filled team play by Team Signify. Like, I mean, I believe in the fact that this game was predominantly set to pretty much a lot of extent there when the draft itself happened. We extensively discussed there, and I think Akatsuki predominantly got outplayed. It's not a problem with the picks, Angie. I'm
Yeah.
presuming you'll agree with me there,
Yeah,
right?
the draft was pretty good by both the teams. I mean, Akatsuki were not really losing at the draft. They had a really good draft. It's just that it comes down to, at the end of the day, the experience and how well the synergy of the team is and how long have you played as a team. And there are so many other factors that gets implored. And whether we talk about Signify in general, I mean, they are the winter season finale, grand finale winners. And I have been web living their streams, and they have always just onslaughted any team that has
Yeah,
come to them.
and not that any team not that any team cannot stand in front of them. More than the guts and the gall, you need a lot of synergy, a lot of practice, research,
And they
everything in
do,
place. You can't just
yeah.
randomly have an esports team and expect to defeat Signify.
No, and Signify is one of the teams that practice regularly with a lot of international teams.
They
Their
do.
scrims
They
are
do.
so amazing
Yes.
that you just cannot compare two teams that are on different tiers. But hats off to Akatsuki. I mean, there are lots of teams who just are like, me, I don't even want to play the game
Yeah.
because anyway I'm going to lose. But I like the fact that Akatsuki is always coming to a fight, being like, we will fight till that throne falls, and we will learn whatever we can through it. So the next game that they bring forth for themselves,
I'm pretty sure
they
Akatsuki
learn
will
something
rise and
through it.
shine there.
Definitely.
Yeah, like I not to pull down the team Akatsuki. Like I keep saying, unlike a previous team who would not take learning lessons, there is a learning lesson for every team, irrespective of whether you win or lose. If you win, that's not the only way to win. There's so many other combinations you could have used. You just chose to play with that set
Correct.
piece. And when you lose, there could have been so many other ways, variant ways to have won this game.
True.
And I think predominantly that's what stands out in Dota. More than winning or losing, it's about knowing
It's about
what
knowing.
else you can do.
Yeah, and another thing that we always say in Dota is that when you lose in a game, you don't really question your team. You question that you made so many mistakes yourself, due to
Yes.
which your team faced those losses. So
Yes.
I think just to reach on the top, like a team like Signify, I've never heard any of the players ever complain that their team made the mistake. It's always that I could have done better,
Yeah.
and that's why they have grown where they have. And knowing Madhura, knowing Axel, knowing Itachi, they also never really say that it was my team's fault. They'll never say that. They'll always say that I could have made this move
Better. Yeah, yeah. They
and
always look
that's
at the positives.
yes,
And I'm pretty sure after my 2 cents on this game, I'm pretty sure Akatsuki won't like come back and say, "Hey, you didn't call us out for our exemplary gameplay. We stood up so long against Signify." No, man, it doesn't matter. History is written by winners.
yeah,
We study history and we know that it's a winner's story, and that's how it is always going to be. You cannot
True.
change history, and that is a learning lesson in itself. That's the biggest learning thing you can like learn, like sure, I lost. Yeah, I think I also said like biggest learning thing you can learn. I was wondering for a second, what did I just say? It's the biggest learning you can get from any sport for that point of matter.
and if you want to talk about the MVP for this game, I think it's going to be Swifty on the Queen of Pain. He played a fantastic Queen of Pain at the mid lane, but he's known for that hero, and it was quite expected by him. So
Yeah,
that
man.
would
Like
be
I
about it
like
for
like
us
okay.
on the deck.
Like to cut the long story short, it was a
Yeah.
very typical Signify fun-filled game.
Yes.
Everything was in order. Akatsuki was also in place. They were trying. They could
Right.
not. Well, again, it's a long journey. Even like our how would I say rulers took 200 years to leave
Yeah.
us.
And that's why it's a league.
Yeah,
And
it's a,
that's
it's a
what
league.
league is
It's a
all
league. You
about.
always you
Yeah.
always have the opportunity to climb up.
All
Put
right.
put your money where your mouth is. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, if you want to say, yeah, we want to be better than Signify, we want to be called out for playing better. Sure, put your money where your mouth is. Be better than them. Defeat them. That would
right.
that would be the this century's best Dota 2 game. Like I would have to come out and say, कि boss, ये क्या हो रहा है? ये क्या हो रहा है? Scene क्या है, boss? Scene क्या? अरे भाई 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 भाई. I'll put all those social media meme situations in order. A team like Signify getting trampled upon the day that happens. Sorry if you're taking offense to that, Signify. I didn't intend it to, but given the current situation, I have to apparently say this disclaimer. So sorry if you take offense to it, but again, if a team like Signify get trampled upon by the opposition, that would be a sight to see. I would believe that some team has dedicated so many hours and effort and mindset into a singular goal.
Yeah.
This team will never, ever scare me again.
It's like Entity versus Too Easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More than that, it's more than Entity versus Too Easy gaming. It's more or less who was that team in CS? I'm forgetting the name. Risky Gaming. When they were there in CS, teams used to literally come on. You've seen Risky Gaming.
Yes.
You've seen Havoc and Gang. You've seen Breaker and Greens. Everybody. Everybody like get thrashed, and Adi gave them huge props. Not that Entity is getting demeaned by that. Entity knows they're good. It's just that it takes time to be better.
True.
And I've been informed that the MVP is ready.
Yeah.
But guess what, production? We are the fastest hosts and analysts alive. We got done with the MVP, but then
Alright,
again,
so
that's
25
50.
kills,
Jeet 50.
he had
Kundra.
got 12 kills, 113 assists.
Kill death ratio is
50
25, yeah?
Brilliant.
Yeah, I
Yes.
like. I'm telling you, Angie, hands down. If ever I happen to make a Black Panther how would I say, reboot or not even a parody. Why is production feeding me parody? A Black Panther adaptation in India, I would pick up Signify peeps because they are like true Wakandans.
Yeah.
They're literally like, we got this.
Alright.
So I think that sums up today's game.
Definitely.
A beautiful game. Props to both the teams. Better, bigger props to Signify. I've been told to give like equal love to all the teams. So hey, Akatsuki, I love you. Not that you don't know it, you already know it. But Signify, better props, like bigger props to you for being an excellent team every single time we here at Nordvan and ESL host you for the tournament. Excellent. And of course, without any doubt, Vivek Venkatraman, caster exemplary, man. I mean, sometimes I don't miss Nishant. Sometimes no, Nishant, I just love you.
Okay.
But a huge shout out to the AFK team
Yeah.
also for being there when the casting happens, and of course a huge shout out to our internal production team.
Yes.
In fact, I think Angie, it's in order that before we shut the show today, I intend to make a huge announcement,
Yes.
and
ahead.
the announcement is very huge. First of all, shout outs. Manoj Super XL, Gautam Virkaholic Virk, Saurav Das, Saik Ahmed, the guy who owns the property, Aditya Adi Shah, Bhutani, Anuj Bhutani Bulls, Satadru, Anoop,
Dwaj
Dhwaj,
makes
Goyal, Bhagwant
MVPs.
Ba, Kevin Fernandes. Kevin Fernandes, Ankit Chaudhary, everybody puts in a lot of
Kunal.
effort. But one person. There's a reason why I did
You
not
just
use that
stop.
name.
Okay.
The big announcement is, ladies and gentlemen, which we here at Nordwind Gaming would also like to share because it's a huge moment of joy for us. You see, we host so many games that we talk about a lot of team spirit, we talk a lot about sportsman spirit, but somewhere we have our own interpersonal relations also at stake. Esports people, esports athletes, I believe, like there was a time when my mother was like, "तुम रात भर बैठ के game खेलते हो, you don't have a life." Sorry, it's a life in itself. You cannot question it, you cannot counter it. But guess what? Our main man Kunal Singh is hitched. He's ready to give this town a wedgie soon, and the man is going to get married. So on this occasion, I think me, Angela, and the entire family of Nordwind Gaming, ESL, and I'm pretty sure all the gamers who are a part of the ESL India Premiership who know Kunal, huge shout out to you. May you have a crazy journey ahead, man. It's a huge step. May your married life, may the married life
It's gonna
be
be live
like
streamed.
amazing. And of course, I've been informed by production that everybody is welcome to the wedding. So, my personal request. Let's move on to the personal camera. My personal request is the fact that let's make it a Project X Part 2. I will bring in the camera crew. Let's get this party started. Let's make it a memorable event. Let's make it the esports marriage of the century.
Definitely.
Yeah. And on that note, this is me, Vagish Gotslebhan, your host for the ESL India Premiership, and
Angela.
yes, Sarah Angela Gonzalez, our analyst for Clash Royale and Dota 2, and we bid you goodbye with the promise that we'll be back again tomorrow. This is the ESL India Premiership 2018, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and presented to you by the lovely peeps at Nordwind Gaming and ESL. Good night, goodbye, we'll see you again.